longer one than usual, or that's why I kind of starting a little early, just so we can get through it. Today's topic or workshop is on creating a marketing plan for your business. So obviously we're going to talk about what a marketing plan is, what a marketing strategy is, and then take you kind of through steps that I believe your marketing plan should have. Um, Maybe you're a new agent completely and you don't kind of know where to start. This would be great for you. Or even, a seasoned agent who has kind of their business already up and running. But maybe I'll talk a little bit about something today that maybe you overlooked or haven't done or haven't gotten to done. These things, these slides or steps, I think are kind of the uh, direction or steps that you should take to just having some sort of solid foundation that you can rely on. So with that being said, let's get into it. What is a marketing plan and why would I need one? A marketing plan details the strategy that your company will use to market itself to your customers. Every marketing plan has a target market, the value proposition of the brand or the product, and the campaigns that will be initiated. Basically, what that is put in simpler terms of to the who, the what, and the how. So anything that we do marketing wise, anything that we really do for a business, we at least want to answer those three questions, regardless of what we're doing. Um, Before we do anything, we have to sit down, we have to identify the who. So the who is your target market. Who are we trying to reach with this? And try to break that down as much as you can. Is it a certain market? Is it a certain demographic? Is it a certain age range? A group of people with certain financials? Who are we trying to target specifically? Then what are we trying to get them to do? What are we trying to get that target market to accomplish? That's the value proposition of the brand or a product. So what are we trying to get them to do? Are we trying to gather leads from them? Are we trying to let them know about an open house? Are we trying to get them to visit our website? What exactly are we trying to do? And then we can decide on how do we get them to accomplish that. So maybe the best way is to, run an advertisement online. Maybe the best thing to do is hold an event at the local grocery store, whatever. As long as we're continually cycling those questions, those three things will come up constantly in your strategy, and they should. It should be before we do anything. We don't want to just do something with our business or do a strategy because we're hoping it works. We should have a plan of what we're trying to do, what we're trying to accomplish, and then that's really what dictates our approach to things. And that's the kind of mindset we should always have. So first, kind of setting up our foundation for our business and our strategy, the first step would be to set up a website. Our website is really our first step in any of our strategies, just because it's our home or it's our designation where people can go out and find more about our business. They can find everything that they would need at our website. And centered around that is the four main things that people go to a real estate agent's website for. And those are, they want to see current properties, they want to see current listings available, they want to read about your bio, they want to read, what's different, what services do you have, what's the selling point that you have for them. They want to read your testimonials, the reviews. It's the same thing, when we go to Amazon, we buy something, we're looking at people's real reviews of things because we want to see other people's experience. And then of course your contact information. They want to see your email, phone number, they want to get in contact with you. That all has to be available for them. So with that, those are kind of our four main things around our website. We can do a lot of other cool things with our website. We could add videos, we can add photos, mortgage calculators, whatever we want to do. But the main structure, the main pieces that we have to start with are those four things. And then we can build around that. Oftentimes, don't get too cluttered with this, meaning that, a lot of agents maybe get a little wordy. They might be putting too much information on your website. Think of the example. Think of when you go and visit a website, and you're looking for one specific piece and how hard it is to find that one piece of information that you're looking for, you get frustrated and leave. That's what we don't want to happen. We want to make our website clean, cut, simple is often most effective. So don't, it's cool to add a bunch of different things, videos, virtual tours, everything, fill it with colors or whatever you're doing. But remember, we're trying to keep this simple for people. We're trying to easily find them the information they want and then reach out to us as quick as they can. So that's the kind of mindset we should have going forward. So the next thing, which is a big piece of this, is having our website being able to be found. So we could build the coolest website, out there. If no one can find it, it's not going to be useful at all. So that's where SEO comes into place. SEO stands for search engine optimization. And what search engine optimization is the process of improving the quality and quantity of website traffic to a website or web page from your search engine. So what that means is the best example is to actually, or the best description is to actually go through an example, is if I take the example on my screen here, and I go to Google and I go to any search engine. So Google is a search engine, and along with Bing and Yahoo, those are search engines. If I go into Google and I type in anything, for this example, I typed in current homes for sale in Cranberry, New Jersey. Google, the search engine, will then take what is known as these keywords. So each word that you type into Google is known as a keyword. So current, homes, even the word for, sale, even the word in, are all keywords. It then cross-references those keywords to other websites, and that's how it presents us that page of different websites that is relevant to us, because it's using those keywords and then cross-referencing it to those websites. So what we have here is, first, all these links here provided are actually SEO titles. And below in the gray is actually meta descriptions. So based upon what we put in those, or what we write as our SEO title or meta description, will determine who, or how many people can find us on the search engine, on Google, on Bing, Yahoo, and so forth. So when we go into our website, we have this option. Our website is made up of pages and pages of, pages put together. So each page, if we go to our home page, has its own SEO setting. Even our about page has its own SEO settings. Our communities pages has its own SEO settings. And we can write these SEO titles, and we should write these own SEO titles and meta descriptions to reflect our own page, but relative to what we're dealing with in our business. So the best and easiest example for our own page is if we go to our home SEO settings and we go in here, and our title and meta description doesn't incorporate our name, the chances are our website's not going to be easily found. Because think about it, when we go to Google, or when one of a client or potential client goes to Google, they're going to probably type in your name to find you as a real estate agent. When they type in your name, they're definitely going to see Coldwell Banker's website, but we also want your website, your own personal website, to appear. And that's the kind of thinking that we have to think. We have to think like a person would be typing into Google, and then translate those keywords into our actual structure of our website. So that's a very quick rundown. I go into more detail and more examples of this, because we could spend another hour of this in these actual links here. These are recordings of the series parts that I do about website building, and talking about widgets and codes, and then talking about appearance overall and SEO. So if that sounds interesting to you, or that you haven't done that, take a look at these recordings, because it's very, very important. And this is overall how our website's going to be able to be found. So next step from that is our CRM. Once we can even still be working on our website, but once we have our website, we should start building a CRM somewhere. We should have some type of database that's made up of contact information, clients, past clients, potential clients, just somewhere we can keep all this information. A CRM system helps businesses keep customer contact details up to date, track every customer interaction, and manage customer accounts. It is designed to help your business improve customer relationship and customer lifetime value. So, of course, we have CRM systems for you to use. You can use InTouch and Zap, or some agents just do it completely on Excel. We just want somewhere where we have centralized contact information of where we can reach and keep track of clients, potential clients, and past clients. The reason, and then we can break that down even further, and we can start grouping people. We can start, grouping them based upon, let's say, listing prices, meaning they're looking for a certain range. You can start grouping people to communities. Maybe they're interested only in like Monmouth or Middlesex County, stuff like that. We can start breaking those down even further. And then from there, what we can start to do is, once we have that CRM established, is start building out, meaning that something we can start doing is email campaigns. We need to have some sort of database, is because we have to then move to the next step and build out of starting people on something. And that usually tends to be email campaigns. The reason why email campaigns are so popular, and they're really in every marketing strategy to date, are three things. They're free, they're flexible, and universal. So think about today, everybody, whether you go to the grocery store or buy something online, you need some sort of email. The reason for that is because that company is putting you on their email campaigns. The reason why every company does email campaigns are these three reasons. One, it's free. It doesn't cost our business anything. We can put as many people on email campaigns as we want, and it's still going to cost our business zero. Two, they're flexible, meaning that we can promote anything that we want to promote about our business in an email. If we want to, talk about a listing, we can talk about a listing. If we want to upload a video, we can upload a video on our emails. We can virtually do anything. We attach links, anything that we want to do in emails, and promote anything about our business to anybody's email. Third is the universal, meaning that everybody has an email nowadays. You really can't not have an email these days. So we have already a connection with somebody besides their phone number, besides their address. And we have that connection to directly their phone. Everybody has a smartphone. It spends time in their pocket, and they're looking at it most times out of the day. So for those three reasons, email campaigns are really kind of, I wouldn't say crucial for our kind of business strategy, just because it doesn't cost us anything, and they're free, flexible, easy to do. Along with that, here's the recording of another workshop on just solely on email campaigns, setting up email campaigns, kind of automating email campaigns. And we want to structure them about relationships, meaning we want to send them out to people that we're having contact with. We want to keep our name in the back of their mind. We want to let them know what's going on about our business. I would say eventually, starting people off on newsletters is, great, but we want to build on top of that. Maybe we want to start sectioning people off to start receiving at least quarterly reports, maybe area reports relevant to their area. Or we know we have a buyer that's interested in, Monmouth County, specifically Millstone. Great. We can put them on an email campaign to start receiving updates about that area, what's going on with the market, maybe current listings that's available in that area. That's how email campaigns start to become really effective, when we know that person, we have a connection, but then also we're sending them relevant information to them. And even more effective is when we can automate that and we can set it, and we don't kind of set it and forget it. So we always want to stay in the people's back of the mind. We always want to send them updates about our business and what's going on. The next thing we could start doing is farming. So kind of with our business, as we know, we always have to be fueling that fire. We always have to be reaching out to new clients, new potential clients. We need to be filling our fire, if you will, with coal of those new prospects. So we can farm new markets, we can farm new areas, neighborhoods, and so forth. The best tool to use for this is called Cold Realty Resource. This Cole is a database filled with mailing addresses, phone numbers, cell phone numbers, emails, and so forth. And we can do those searches based upon street name. Maybe we want to get specific in a neighborhood, and we just sold a listing, and we're just trying to gather maybe people's contact information on that street. Or we can do farm entire areas like zip codes. And we can plug in a zip code and then gather as much or whatever we're looking for and go from there. So what this database is really useful for is, of course, we could cold call. If you go that route, we could send out mailers, or we can even start going door to door and just start knowing names, people that live there, maybe interests and behaviors of people from there. How mailing is often used for this is if we have we know a market is, really good for us. Say, I live in Cranberry, New Jersey. Let's say a lot of people from Princeton, New Jersey move into Cranberry, New Jersey. So I kind of want to farm Princeton. I want to get more known in Princeton. I can go to Cold Realty Resource and I can go to, take break down the data of what I'm looking for. I'm looking for mailing addresses. So I get mailing addresses in Princeton. I select, let's say, 100 mailing addresses. I then can go to Express Docs, create templates in here of postcards or brochures that I want to mail out. I then can download the list that I receive from Cole and then upload that list into Express Docs, create the template, or create the template or postcard, whatever I'm sending, and then have Express Docs print and then mail out to those specific addresses. It's a way to kind of automate, but also just easily, instead of you printing out everything, attaching stickers to everything and mailing them out, it's removing a step, so it's just done and automated for you. So that's kind of an idea about farming. Of course, we can use Cole for other things, but that's just to give you an idea. The next is, digital advertising. Digital advertising can really range. When we talk about digital advertising, we can run ads on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Google, and HomeSpotter, virtually every platform. The thing that I really love about digital advertising is just that we can be very specific with who and where we're advertising in, meaning that any of these platforms, we can go into these platforms and run an ad on Facebook, Instagram, Google, whatever we're doing. And then we can get specific with where we're trying to target this ad. Meaning that if I go into CBX Buyer Locator and I know in Cranberry, New Jersey, a lot of people are moving from Metuchen into Cranberry, I then can go into my digital ad and then tell that ad to target Metuchen and a radius around Metuchen specifically. So I can then target that specific town, but then I can also take it a step further and target specific interests of people in that town, meaning that I can tell my ad to pay attention to people that are just looking to buy or sell or just interested in real estate. Because online, every platform is constantly paying attention to people's traffic, history, data. We can know and we can specify our ad to pay attention to people's interests. So real estate, maybe they're going to Google and they're constantly on Zillow or searching for properties for sale. We then can tell our ad to pay specific attention to them. This gives us a little better ROI, return on our investment, just because the money that we're spending our ad, we're now putting it in a location that we know, maybe buyers are coming from. But then from that, taking that even further, we're putting our ad in front of people that we know are interested in buying and selling real estate. So a great platform, I have other workshops that we can talk about that, walk you through each of these, platforms and running ads on there. But a really good platform that we offer is called HomeSpotter. HomeSpotter does this for you, meaning that in HomeSpotter, where you run an ad on HomeSpotter, it's actually the best example would be, if you've ever been online and you shop for a pair of shoes and you click on a pair of shoes you like and then you don't buy them, so you close that browser down. And then let's say you go to a new browser, you go to your Facebook page, or you go to where you get your news, and there's an advertisement for those same shoes that you were just looking at. That's what HomeSpotter does. It uses that algorithm, it uses that data to then target your ad in front of people that have already shown interest in buying and selling real estate. So the example I have for that is I had recently helped an agent out with their listing concierge order. And here in their HomeSpotter ad, they had over 3,000 people view the ad, 178 people clicked on it, and then she gathered 12 leads. So 12 people followed up with their email contact information from that advertisement. So that's kind of what I'm talking about when you put your advertisement in the best position that you can. You're going to receive actual, follow-up leads for that. And that's really what we're after. We're trying to fuel that fire like farming. We're trying to gain and capture, more potential clients for us. So segmenting into that, one of the best things that we can do in advertising our business is through listing concierge. Now, I bring this up because oftentimes this is a point that I don't think gets made enough about listing concierge. Obviously listing concierge is a marketing program where we offer all these different tools that are included for your business and to really promote that property or that listing that you have. But where I often make the point where I don't think agents, understand enough is that, yes, we're interested in advertising for that property, but more so what listing concierge is doing is trying to advertise you and your business, meaning especially in the market that we're still in, but especially in 2020 or 2021, where we know the house is going to sell. We're not really interested in advertising that house. We know it's going to sell no matter what. We're interested in trying to gain or capture more business for our business. We're interested in gaining more listings because that's the name of the game. So where I'm going with this is that when we use basically all the strategies that we're talking about, when we talk about print advertising, when we talk about sending out postcards or using that HomeSpotter, that digital advertisement, or building a website or advertising on TV or YouTube, that's all included in these packages. From silver up, bronze is just really the online advertisement. But from there, we're using all of these different outlets in our marketing strategy. We're using the TV spot, we're using the print, the postcards, the digital advertisement, all this stuff to not advertise the home, more so our name, our brand, and our business. And that's what we're really trying to get out of. Essentially, these listing concierges are mini kind of marketing strategies because, as you can see, they're made up of all the things that we've already talked about. So in that sense, that's where I'm going with, how we use listing concierge. It's not more so about us selling the listing. It's more for us getting out in the market as much as we can, diversifying what strategies we're using and getting out and reaching people in a variety of different ways. So just a kind of overview of everything that we kind of talked about, because we talked about a good amount of things. And one thing and one quote that I love, and I think it speaks about real estate and real estate agents, is that on average, a small business will use 7 to 8% of its budget in marketing. The average real estate agent spends that 10% and 17% of their budget on marketing. And that's because agents need to be constantly marketing themselves. We need to be constantly fueling that fire, finding new business, finding potential business, or finding potential clients for our business. So with everything that we said and understanding and making a kind of strategy and building out upon that, this kind of image of that you see on your screen is what I think of. So starting over here, over on this box, is we have your business and your marketing plan. Remember those three things: the who, the what, and the how. We want to try to break those down as much as we can, no matter what we do. Then from there, we go into our website. Our website is really our foundation. So we have our website, we've built it out, and it looks great. It has everything that we want to talk about. It has all our information, those 4 things: our bio, our current listings, our reviews, and of course our contact information. Then from there, We need our CRM. We should start building some sort of database that holds all our clients, potential clients, past clients in one area. And two, we should have our SEO set for our website. We need our website. Our website's all great and polished, but now we need to be found online. When people go to Google and they search your name, does your website come up? Because that's very important. We can have the best website in the world. If no one can find it, it doesn't do us any good. So from there, we can go into those different strategies that we were talking about. We can setting up email campaigns. We could start farming, start advertising online, whatever we want to do, whatever you're interested in. But we need to have these things first set up because, we start running a digital advertisement on, let's say Google, and they click on an advertisement, and then they're brought to our website, but our website doesn't really have a whole lot. Or we start farming an area, and then we get contact from somebody, and then we have their email address, but then we don't know what to do with it. We can't put them in our CRM, and we don't have any way to start them on our email campaigns to stay in touch with them. The same thing with physical advertising. We send out postcards or something like that. And then we don't really have an address. We don't really have a website to send them to find more information. It doesn't do us really any good. So basically, the point I'm trying to make is just that this is all intertwined, and we need to kind of set up stages, or at least a kind of solid foundation here, and then we can grow and do whatever it is we want to do. And then we can start automating things so it doesn't spend us as much time as we need to on other things. So with that being said, that just about does it. I did record this. I will hit stop record right now. Along with that, for